Hello, I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters. We hope you'll continue to watch as we discuss issues facing our community and provide you with the resources and information needed to find solutions. The Triangle continues to be a hot destination for people from all over the country, and that popularity means an ever-evolving housing market. So how do we stay ahead of the trends to get the most out of our home buying experience? Kathy Messina is with us. She's a new home specialist for Chesapeake Homes, and she's here to discuss the recent trends in the housing market. So good to see you again. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me back. I appreciate it.
You know, for the longest time, I didn't see anything being built. And then all of a sudden, it seems like, boom, overnight, there's houses and apartment buildings and cranes are back up. What's going on?
We have a lot going on in the housing industry. There is a great demand for newer homes. Of course, we have an influx of people coming into the area, and the demand just keeps going up. So real estate is good, and we continue to see it trend upward.
Let's talk about some of the developments around, well, the RTP, downtown. There's a lot of it taking place. What are you seeing?
Well, in the downtown areas, Bill, we have a trend of builders coming in, and they're basically raising the homes that were existing, older homes, dilapidated homes. And they're finding that building up, meaning building homes that might be 1,700, 2,000 square feet, building them more vertically instead of having that ranch home is much easier, and it's much more beneficial to the builders and to some of the folks who are interested in new homes.
Is it cost efficient for people? I mean, is it cheaper to go up rather than out for
It is,
buyers?
and I'm glad that you asked that, because the cost of maintaining a home that is more spread out is much more expensive. Think about it. If you had a ranch home that was 2,000 square feet, you have a great big roof. You have a lot more on the exterior of the home. But if you're looking at something where you're building up, the roof is smaller, you typically have a smaller footprint, so it is more cost efficient in the long run.
Let's talk about land shortage, because you can get out into the country and there's still some land, but inside Raleigh, for instance, it's pretty tight, it's pretty limited. What's happening in that respect?
It is pretty tight. We are running out of land in the metropolitan areas, and of course that's going to continue. There are a number of builders who are creating more homes that are smaller and townhomes. There are a lot of builders who are still doing apartments, which is great, because those folks coming into the area will rent something and get used to the area, and then they'll buy. But in the areas where you have the conveniences of stores and schools, you're finding the more densely populated homes, the townhomes and the condominiums.
Which is a question I have then. What kind of people are attracted to that? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just saying I kind of envision that to be kind of a younger demographic than an older, but I could be wrong about that.
And there are a number of very different demographics who will choose to remain closer to the metropolitan areas. It's all about the convenience. So if you're young and you're a young professional and you're starting out, of course you want to be close to work and you want to be close to the hot spots. Raleigh and Durham, they all offer great things for kids to do. And I say kids because I have adult children who are 29 years old, but they offer great things for folks to do after hours. Folks in my demographic, we choose to be closer to the metropolitan areas simply because of the conveniences of hospitals.
That's so true, isn't it?
Yeah, medical care is a big factor for the folks in my age bracket. So we want to be closer to hospitals, we want to be closer to the convenience of grocery stores. I remember when I was a kid, Bill, my folks lived in a rural area and it took us 20 minutes to get to a grocery store. Seriously. Nowadays, I can walk to a grocery store, and for me, that's very impactful.
Well, it is when your apartment is above a grocery store, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I mean, that's pretty cool. You don't ever really have to stock your refrigerator. You just go down and buy stuff.
Exactly.
I'd be up on that. I'd be all over that. What about the builder, though, who wants to build on something a little larger, let's say a third of an acre or more? Where are they going?
In the more rural areas, areas that are anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes away from downtown. We're looking at Franklin County, we're looking in Granville. There's still rural areas in Wake County and Durham counties, but the cost of land just continues to go up.
Which is a good thing for people who already have the land and want to sell.
That's very true.
For buyers, it is getting more expensive. What can I ask? What is the? It wasn't that long ago, for instance, in Raleigh. You know, a starter home for a young family was in the 200,000s. I know that's gone up. Where are we now? Do you know?
You know, the average last year, the average cost of a home in the Raleigh area was in the 330s.
That's still not terrible.
So it's not terrible, no. When you consider that Raleigh is still considered to be a great metropolitan area to live. That's not too terribly pricey. However, for first-time home buyers coming into the market, they're looking at right around $250,000, and I will tell you, it's very difficult to find those homes. Very difficult.
I know that a short period of time, a lot of these homes are on the market. I mean, it's like a turnaround, right? I remember the bust, and your home could sit for a year. Now it's going in sometimes hours.
And we are in a seller's market, which is great for anyone who's interested in selling their home. But there are multiple offers on homes that are under $300,000, and sometimes it can get a little sticky.
When we come back, we're going to continue the discussion, because now there's planned communities, which I think are pretty cool, and what is that all about? We have lots to talk about, so if you're out there thinking about selling or buying, don't you dare go away.